What's up, guys? Dynamic Duo Week 3. You got two separate scores or two separate events. They're going to flow through like they have been. It's going to take 20 total minutes, but they're separated. 15-minute workout and then a 5-minute workout. Your first one, 150 double unders, 40 front rack lunges, and then 15 bar muscle ups. So this is an AMRAP. Keep going through that for 15 minutes. Get as far as you can. Here's the point breakdown. So this is as written. This is RX. Double unders, front rack lunge, 95-65, and then bar muscle ups. So double unders, for every double under you or your teammate do, it's 3 points. For every single under, and it'll still be the same total, 150. You just got to get to that total. It'll be 1 point. Okay, so if one of you has double unders but the other doesn't, that's fine. You can each choose to do your specific movement. Just make sure you write down what movement you did. That way you get the correct amount of points. So one of you can do double unders, one of you can do single unders, that's fine. You just got to get to a total of 150. And then 40 front rack lunges, 95 pounds for the men, 65 for the women. Scaling that weight to 65 pounds for the men and 45 pounds for the women. The breakdown for the points is the same. If you use 95-65, 3 points each. If you use the scaled weight, it's just going to be 1 point each. And then getting over to the bar muscle ups, you got to get up to 15 as a team. You get the bar muscle ups, each one of those is 10 points. For any chest to bar pull ups you do, 5. For every pull up you do, regular, just chin over the bar, that'll be 3. For every jumping pull up that you do, that'll be 1. Okay, that's the points breakdown for the pulling movement for the bar muscle ups. So keep in mind, this is an AMRAP. You're just going to keep going through and getting to these desired number totals, 150, 40, and 15. As many rounds and reps as possible. So I said before, one person can do the double unders, one person can do the single unders, if that's how it has to be, if you don't both have double unders. Same thing for over here. If one of you has bar muscle ups, but the other one needs to do jumping pull-ups, that's fine. You can decide as a team to make the one partner that has all the bar muscle ups to do all of those for extra points. That's totally fine. But that's how the point system is going to break down. The only catch is you have to stick with what you start with. So if one of you starts with double unders and one of you starts with single unders, you have to keep it that way the entire time. You can't go, all right, my singles are feeling good, I'm going to try some doubles now. You have to stick with what you start with. Okay, same thing with over here. You can't add weight to it. Once you start, you've got to stick with that weight. Once you pick your pulling movement, you have to stick with that pulling movement, even though you and your partner can have different movements because you're just going to collect point totals. Okay, so once that 15 minutes is done, you're going to move right into this last one, 15 minutes to 20 minutes, 15 thrusters, 4 rope climbs. So same idea up here, you're just probably going to use the same weight, same barbell, 95-65 for RX, and then 65 and 45 for scaled, and then 4 rope climbs. So we will do the same point system up here. If you use the 95-65, every thruster that you get will be 3 points. If you use the scaled weight, every thruster that you complete with that weight will be 1 point. Again, mark down what weights you're using, and you can't switch those. And then 4 rope climbs. So the climb counts when you touch that black top or the white part on that rope up, and then safely come back down. 4 of those with your team. You just got to get to those desired totals. So 15-4, 15-4, get as far as you can in 5 minutes. The full rope climb will be 10 points. So every time you do a full rope climb, that'll be 10 points. A scaled climb, which you're holding onto that rope, you lower yourself down to the floor, your shoulder blades touch the floor, and then you pull yourself back up. Each one of those will be 3 points. So if you can do all 4 rope climbs in 1 round, that's 40 points. You do the scaled rope climbs just 4 times, it's going to be 12 points. So that's where your point difference is really going to matter. Keep in mind the whole time, you have to stick with what you start with. So like I said before, whatever one you start with, whatever movement you start with, make sure you keep that the same. You don't add anything, any weight-wise or any advanced movement-wise. You have to stick with that and get as far as you can in that first 15 minutes and then in that second 5 minutes. If you have any more questions, post them in the comments below.